Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. I'm Carissa Wiley here from sprinkledwithglitter.com for Pink Fresh Studio, and it's a release day. If you haven't already checked out the new Fables and Forest release, you need to check it out, but you can do it right after this live because we have some fun creating to do with you featuring this brand new release. And as Kennery already mentioned in the comments, we had to move our regular live time today. We had several people that were tied up doing other things. And so thank you for being here with us at 3 p.m. instead of 12 p.m. Next week, we'll be live again at 12 p.m. our regular time, but thanks for making it here even though we're live at a different time than normal. We really appreciate you. And speaking of appreciating you, we have some giveaways for all of you, whether you're watching live or on the replay. So we have two $50 gift card codes for those of you watching live, and you can enter by chatting along in the chat, answering people's questions. You can share this video in a Facebook group or in an email or a text and come back here and let us know that you shared it. And that is another entry into the giveaway as well. And if you have not already, this is not an entry, but if you would like this video by giving it a thumbs up, we really appreciate it. And don't forget, of course, to subscribe and turn on the notifications here on the Pink Fresh Studio YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the videos and live streams that we have. So that's for those of you watching live. Chat along, ask me questions as I create. For those watching on the replay, we have a couple of giveaways for you as well. You will leave a comment in the comments section, and we have all the details there in the YouTube description so you can check that out for the deadline. And we'll give two of you watching on the replay a $50 gift card code each. Isn't that exciting? I mean, Pink Fresh Studio is always so generous. Now, before we get to creating with the fabulous new Fables and Forest release, which I will show you what I'm going to be using in just a moment, I wanted to tell you about the giveaway. So we have a free hot foil plate when you spend $30 or more on the new September release. What you're going to do is you're going to add this to your cart from the pop-up before checkout, and then you don't need a code or anything like that, but you'll receive this free foil plate with your purchase when you purchase $30 or more of the new release and you add it to your cart from the pop-up. Yes, I see Kennery saying, friendly reminder to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Of course. Fabulous Fables. Yes, I think that we could call it that as well. There's some really unique products in this release, and I'm using one of those today. And I thought we would go ahead. Let's go down to the desktop. I thought we would make a shaker card because I don't want you to miss something that's in this release that is so good, and that is the brand new heat-resistant acetate sheets. These are heat resistant, so you can hot foil on them, you can heat emboss on them, and we're gonna talk about using those today because I am gonna do some heat embossing on that. So it's 12 a.m. for Kennery here there in Dubai. I'm so sorry, Kennery, that I could not do this sooner. And honestly, I wasn't even scheduled to do it this week, but it's a long story behind the scenes, but we are so glad you're all here. And Kennery, thanks for being here to moderate behind the scenes as well. Melissa says she has that hot foil plate and it's awesome, so that's great. And Stephanie says she loves shakers. So today I thought we would use the Dreamers Forest. This is a cling mount red rubber stamp. And I'll use the coordinating stencil set as well to color all of this in. And we're gonna create a shaker card with that. In addition, I'm also going to be incorporating the new Rooted in Wonder stamps and coordinating dies, so we'll use that for our sentiment. If you have a question during the live, it's helpful for me if you type the word question in all caps and then put your question behind that so that I can be sure to try to grab that out. And if I don't get to it, Kennery may be able to answer it for you, and I will do my best as I'm creating. Now, something I want to mention about this heat-resistant acetate, and I did create a shaker card over on my YouTube channel today featuring the Flower Market set, which we used in last week's sneak peek live. And I showed you this on my pre-recorded video over there. Kinnery says, remember that heat resistant works well only with normal die cutting, not super intricate designs. Yes, that's correct. Any acetate is that way, but I wanted to show you that on both sides of this heat resistant acetate, you can see it looks a little foggy or cloudy right now. That's because there's a protective coating, and that is awesome, my friends, because it keeps debris and dust off of it, but you want to make sure that you're removing it before you use it on your card, and it's on both sides. So it can't get scratched up and you won't get extra goobers on it, and you can cut it with your trimmer with the protective film still on it, but you want to make sure that you remove it before you use it on your card. So today I'm going to be doing my stamping with my Stamp Wheel 2.0, and I'm going to be using the Cling Mount rubber stamp here. Now, sometimes we choose to do red rubber rather than photopolymer, and that's because you can get a really nice detailed, intricate stamping when you're using red rubber. But because it's a little bit thicker than a clear photopolymer stamp, you're gonna need to make allowance for that with your stamping platform, whichever one you're using, whether it's a MISTI stamping tool or the Stamp Wheel 2.0. And in this case, I'm gonna remove this photopolymer grip mat from my Stamp Wheel 2.0 in order to use this with my stamp wheel, okay? So I'm gonna place it, I do have a sticky mat back here that's going to hold my cardstock in place. And I am going to place this into the center of my A2 guide here, because I'm gonna be using an A2 card panel or card base and also an A2 size of acetate. And once I have that positioned down, I am going to put my flip plate into my Stamp Wheel 2.0 with my little hanging hole at the top, at the 12 o'clock position, okay? And we're gonna start out by doing a little bit of stamping and a little bit of heat embossing. So I will start out with my acetate, okay? Yes, this is very brave of me. I realize this. I am going to remove the protective coating from the acetate from just the front side of the acetate while I do my stamping, okay? And then I'm gonna place this into that outline for the A2, and I'm gonna press it down, okay? So I'm getting that pressed onto that grip mat there that's behind. Then I am going, so it's clear, you can't see it, right? But it's there. Then I am going to generously treat this with a powder tool. Now you can use whatever anti-static powder tool you may have in your stash, but I'm gonna do a generous treatment. Now I have purposely left the backside protective film on this because it's going to prevent me from getting any embossing powder on the backside of this acetate, which sometimes can happen. So I'm leaving that on until I get my embossing done, and then before I put it on the card, I can remove that. Okay, so the part that's up is the part that I have removed the protective film from. So once I have that done, I am going to ink up my stamp using my favorite embossing ink, and that is Versamark embossing ink. So I'm just gonna ink this up really liberally. Make sure I get the entire thing coated. And then I'll stamp on the acetate. Okay, just gonna flip this over, place it in with that little hole at the 12 o'clock position. And then I am going to use my stamp press tool to just press this down. Kathy Witt says, whoa, good tip. All right, so we'll press that down. And then I am going and see my design, and it looks pretty good. I'm just looking over the entire thing. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp a second time just in case. I would not have thought of leaving the film on the back. Yeah, just until we get it embossed, and that's just gonna keep it clean and keep any embossing powder from getting on the back. Okay, and then we can remove it later. Leave the film on as long as you can, because honestly, it just keeps so much stuff from getting on acetate, and acetate has that way of being really Oh, it looks like YouTube is buffering again. Oh, this did it to me yesterday. Oh, shoot. Okay, hopefully it comes back. But leave the acetate or the protective film on as long as you can while you're creating. Okay, it looks like we came back. Hopefully, I don't know what to do. Frozen in Oregon just came back. Okay, well, we're gonna have to message Kinnery and see how she wants me to do this because it looks like it's buffering. YouTube has been doing this to me recently and I cannot figure out what is happening. So let me just look at something real quick. And I am looking at Windows. I'm just looking for my bandwidth statistics here. Okay. Hold on just a second, okay? I'm dealing with some Wi-Fi issues, seeing if that will help it. Okay. Just trying to fix this. Thanks for your patience. I don't know if we're back or not. Okay, it looks like it came back for a second, but let me see what's happening here. Kathy says most people look funny when the video freezes, but not Carissa. She looks great. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, Frozen, darn it. Okay. I'm working on it, you guys. Give me just a minute to figure this out, okay? Says I am connected.